Hi, I'm Jay. I've been a media director here at FazWaz for about 5 months now, and I'd say my real estate knowledge out of 10 is maybe a light 1. So I've asked these guys probably a million questions in 5 months, and what we realized was that a lot of the questions I was asking, we get asked by customers on a daily basis. So what we thought, we turned the camera around, I'd ask the guys these questions that I usually ask them, and a couple surprise ones to see how they do on the spot. And hopefully that helps you out there with any questions you have about FazWaz or real estate in general in Thailand. So we'll jump right into it. What is FazWaz? For people who've never heard of us or people who've been on the website maybe and are still confused what the business model is here.
So we actually get asked that question a fair bit. As a business, we've invested in a website that has a large audience, which is slightly unusual for a traditional real estate brokerage. So with that audience of buyers and sellers, we had a choice. We could become an advertising platform for the real estate industry, or we could become a member of that industry ourselves as a real estate broker. Having said that, it's hard to put us in either box A or box B, and really we realized to properly service the market, we had to become a hybrid of both models. So FazWaz is a technology-enabled real estate company. We employ full-time software engineers and real estate agents that work together to address some of the challenges and inefficiencies of buying and selling real estate in Thailand.
Okay, so I guess my follow-up question, which will be for Paul, since you're an operations guy around here.
Sure.
Why do that? Are you crazy? Like, why try to do this hybrid of two kinds of businesses in a new market instead of just being just a real estate portal or just being an agency? What are we trying to accomplish here by doing both?
We realized very early on that in order to really service the market or fix some of the problems in the market, we had to look at both the search aspect and also the service aspect and combine them both together. So we have focused on a very good online experience and made sure we focused on, once you come through the website, having a great offline experience as well. So we had to combine them both together to really service and kind of fix that main issues that happen here with buying real estate.
They always say with like inventions or companies, my Shark Tank education as far as business goes, that you need to solve a problem. So what would you say are the biggest problems for buyers and sellers? Let's do buyers.
Yeah, the biggest challenge in buying or selling real estate in Thailand isn't that there isn't some sort of virtual assistant kind of guiding you through each stage of the transaction. If you ask anybody, the overwhelming response will be a lack of transparency. So inaccurate, outdated, fake, duplicate listings is a huge pain point for consumers in the market, and just finding access to real inventory that they can actually go out, view, and make an offer on. So that's the biggest challenge to consumers in the market. And then following on from that is what developers to work with, right? Who's the most reputable developer? What have they built in the past? Did they deliver the project on time to the quality that they said they're going to deliver? And it's just an overall lack of transparency across the market that leaves consumers guessing. At FazWaz, what we want to do is be the catalyst of bringing transparency to the market.
Okay, so for sellers, is it the same kind of issue? What's their level of confidence trying to sell a property in this country?
Level of confidence varies depending on who you're working with. So the same issues with the transparency part we've tried to fix by having people that, one, know the market and having a platform or a network of distribution. So if you work with us, you reach one of the biggest levels of audience possible, and then you actually work with people who know the market or the property values or the actual process of selling. So it's very difficult when a seller comes onto the market to know exactly where to sell their property and who to sell it with.
Sellers want the most amount of money for the least amount of stress.
True.
And when you look at the actual process of buying and selling in this market, there's a lot of improvement that can be done.
So as far as this transparency goes, what kind of level? Like, I know price history and stuff, but I've heard rumblings with the new 3.0 website that's out. Like, what level of transparency are we going for? Like absolute 100%? Every single detail of a property? Or?
One day.
Yeah, one day eventually, right? So this is a long-term plan for us as well. So we're subject to the same conditions, everyone's subject to the same conditions in the marketplace when it comes to these challenges. So we've recently launched FazWaz 3.0, which, as we said, is kind of the first start to bringing transparency to the market, and touching on some of those pain points that I spoke about in terms of managing inventory and making sure that it is up to date, and transparency in terms of developers and completed projects, being able to leave reviews and feedback on completed projects and locations in Thailand. So really, FazWaz 3.0 is the first step to bringing that transparency to the market.
But it's not an overnight fix. This is going to take us months, if not many years, to fix all the problems that are existing right now. So it's a long-term kind of marathon.
So going off the transparency thing, this is a good segue where I can spring this gotcha question on you. About 4 years ago, I dug back and I found this quote from Brennan where he said, "Statistics don't lie, but agents do." Care to explain yourself, sir?
Okay, interesting one. I guess I wish we weren't so brash when we first came into the industry, because as I just said, it's an industry challenge, right? So there's a lot of companies that really care about their customers out there, and they have that same passion that we do in terms of helping their buyers and sellers. But it's an industry challenge. Having said that, I still feel like things can be better. I still feel like there should be, some sort of accountability in terms of how agents interact with the platform. And really, we've realized in order to do so that we've got to open up the platform and collaborate with all these great people in the country, the best developers and the best real estate agents, in order to bring the best experience.
And Paul, you've done this in the UK and Dubai. So this level, like transparency and collaboration with developers and all this, is this a global standard we're trying to get to, or is this beyond what's really a global standard?
So obviously in the UK and Dubai, they actually record the transaction data, they record what properties are selling for and what they're listed for, so it's very clear what's actually going on in the market. So in terms of valuations, in terms of what's selling, the market already knows. In Thailand, the problem is that people don't know, so the agents dictate that information. So when they say stats don't lie, agents do, we don't have that many stats, so the agents are dictating those stats. So that's where the kind of questions or the main issues arise.
So stats don't lie, agents fill in the blanks.
Exactly.
Yeah. Exactly. So us attempting to fill in those blanks, I guess, here's a great idea for you guys if you're not doing it already. All that empirical data that we get, are we giving that to developers in Thailand so that they can create projects that will sell? Like, I see a lot of condos in Bangkok right now that are kind of half empty. Is that because of a lack of foresight on developers, or the complete lack of data, so they build a luxury condo in the wrong neighborhood or whatever? Are we providing that data back to developers?
Yeah, I think there's partially, to answer that question, it's a mix of things, right? So it's getting the right product. There's other market conditions which has led to a slight oversupply. But what we are really focused on now is that we sit in a unique position in the kind of ecosystem of Thailand real estate, where we operate in terms of traffic and exposure as a property portal, which allows us to have access to where people want to buy, at what price point, bedroom requirements, and really make sure that we can work with developers to help conceptualize the project and launch a project that's reflective of where demand is in the market.
So you guys have been here 9 years, I think?
10 later this month in a couple of days. Yeah.
10 years and
6 years now.
6 years. So I'm sure you've seen some changes. How has your approach changed to the market since FazWaz started?
So I'll start off. Maybe you can follow up on that. For us, it just comes back to knowing that this is an industry challenge and we can't kind of tackle the inefficiencies alone, right? So we need to work with other great agents and great developers and give them more information and more elevation on FazWaz 3.0 in terms of exposure. These are the best agents and the best developers to work with in the country, and combined with the transparency that FazWaz 3.0 can provide, we're in a position to help educate people in terms of their investment decisions. Also for us, we've just finished on a kind of seed Series A raise in terms of capital injection into the company. So for us, we feel like we are kind of in a position that we have an obligation to fix some of these inefficiencies because of the software engineers that we have and the great real estate minds as well. So it's a collaboration of those things, and capital injection helps in order to kind of tackle them at scale. So really, it's a collaborative approach to how we service the market.
And is this you said it, you guys are here for good. Is this a long-term play as far as like
Who knows?
getting where you want to go? What's the future of FazWaz, I guess? 5, 10 years? What's the...
Very good question. If we've had a crystal ball, we'd be able to tell you that.
I'm just trying to see if I have any job security. That's all.
You do. You definitely do. At least the next 6 months.
Nice.
But we know that what we're doing has evolved a lot in the last few years, and we think that over the next 12 months it's going to change a lot dramatically. We're looking to open up the platform, allow everyone in the market to actually list with us, and then over the next few years we're looking to expand to other countries as well. So we've got a 5 or 10 year plan. There's no end date in sight, to be honest. Just going to see how it all goes.
Excellent. And you guys did all right, so I'll throw you an easy question. What's your favorite part of the job?
Love that easy one.
Me first, yeah. Okay, you can think about it. Favorite part of the job? I think that this is an ongoing challenge. That every day I get to come in and I get to work with all the great minds and, as I said, the engineers and the real estate agents across the country and developers. We've had a ton of developers come through the office in Bangkok and really working with people who are passionate about solving a problem, because the market is a mess at the moment. It really is. And the process of trying to find something online and then the offline side of it is a mess as well. So really for me, favorite part of the job is tackling that day in and day out. If it was fixed, then they'd probably get somebody else to run the company. So as long as it's a problem, then I think I'm the right person to tackle it.
I'm assuming there's progress being made too. That's why you get up every day.
Yeah,
we're not just spinning our wheels here.
It's not a
There's
groundhog day. Yeah, for sure.
We're now in 3 countries. We'll be live hopefully this year, and we've got the whole world to tackle. So we've got a long way to go.
It's not.
That's for me what's very exciting as well.
Yeah, it's not. It's not just a problem that's focused on Thailand real estate, right? It's an emerging market problem.
Yeah, it's a worldwide problem in some ways.
Exactly, bringing transparency to making better buying and selling decisions.
Cool. All right.
Did he answer?
I did a little bit.
Yeah.
I just chipped in a little bit.
Yeah. It's been a long day. You're all right. Yeah. All right. Thanks a lot, guys. That answered my questions. I'm probably like a 4 out of 10 now.
Good.
Going from audio video geek to this whole new industry. And hopefully that helped you guys out there. If you have any more questions, go to the website, go to the contact link. And we're going to do one of these videos at least once a month, either real estate questions, even as deep as like hotel management of properties, like is new trends, and
Industry experts,
maybe politicians, any way we can get in here. So stay tuned, hit that subscribe button. Not sure what side it's on, but get notified next time we post one of these videos, and we'll see you next time.